Since the war began in 2011, more than 1 million Syrians have made Germany their home. As of late 2023, more than 973,000 Syrians were living in Germany, with over 700,000 of them granted refugee status or protection. This influx peaked in 2015, when more than 320,000 Syrians sought asylum in Germany, something which had a massive effect both on German society and on Syrians. Syrians have since become the biggest group of naturalized citizens in Germany. How has this community organized itself to address issues related to Syria and to its host country? Over the years, Syrians have established over 200 community initiatives across Germany, most of which are in Berlin, Lower Saxony, North Rhine-Westphalia, and Baden-Württemberg. As of 2023, 74% of these initiatives were relatively small, with fewer than 20 members. Around 20% were medium-sized, and the remaining 16% were qualified as large initiatives, each having over 50 members and volunteers. These diaspora initiatives serve three crucial functions. They support integration in Germany, they provide humanitarian aid to Syria, and they maintain cultural connections across borders. But, like any population, the Syrian diaspora in Germany is not a monolith. Its members are from different generations, different classes, different genders, and they have differing political views. One of the most prominent divides is the generational gap between Syrians who arrived before 2011 and those who arrived after. Those who arrived before 2011 often got the chance to establish themselves professionally and financially, and they tend to be more conservative and hierarchical. Meanwhile, many of those who arrived after 2011 were directly involved in the Syrian revolution, and they tend to be more diverse, more politically engaged, and more focused on systemic change. But they face greater challenges integrating into German society. The picture is further complicated by class divides. Diaspora initiatives are predominantly led by middle and upper class Syrians, whose educational credentials, professional experience, and language skills allow them to establish and lead organizations. Meanwhile, working class Syrians often find themselves confined to roles such as volunteering and logistical support, held back by economic precarity, limited language skills, and a lack of professional networks. Many of these initiatives have made it their mission to promote gender equality and address systemic discrimination, offering training programs to refugee women to foster self-reliance and amplify women's voices. But while gender roles have shifted, and there are more opportunities for women to engage in political and social roles, structural challenges remain, and representation of women in diaspora organizations remains limited. These initiatives are facing mounting challenges, from funding shortages to the rise in anti-immigrant sentiment, and this is reflected by declining registration of new initiatives. Between 2011 and 2012, the number of organizations registered doubled, and this growth reached its peak in 2016 following Germany's open door policy, when about 30 new organizations registered. But in recent years, financial constraints and shifting public sentiment towards migration have caused many of these initiatives to struggle, and many of them to close. These initiatives exist to foster active political participation, to bridge internal divides, and to encourage Syrians to participate in both German and Syrian political life. And it tells us something important about migration in the 21st century. Diaspora communities are not just waiting to return home, or to assimilate completely. The identities they're creating are transnational ones, and they can enrich both their host country and their home country. Until very recently, most Syrians had no opportunity for political experience beyond membership of the Ba'ath Party. Now, after the fall of the Assad regime, it's never been more important for the Syrian diaspora to be involved in political life. But it's still unclear how this will affect the Syrian diaspora in Germany. Will people choose to return to Syria? Or will they choose instead to deepen their involvement with the country without physically returning? Will they instead develop their private lives in Germany? How Syrian Germans respond to the fall of the Assad regime is set to shape the future of both Syria and of Germany.